Hello guys, welcome back to Videomas Day 23. It is actually December the 22nd that I'm recording this intro. So today's video is going to be one I haven't done before. It is showcasing my Christmas movies that I have in my Blu-ray collection, which I'll say that some of them are Christmas based, but then some of them are supposedly set around Christmas, so I'll explain which ones are and which ones aren't. So we'll be right back. Yes, so let's do this. I'm sorry if I sounded real energetic. So like I said in the intro, I am going to show you about 10 to 12 Christmas movies that some of them might be based around Christmas, like the plot is Christmas wise, but then a couple of them might not be Christmas based, you know? So I'll bring them over, and then show you guys. So there's no order of how or why they're in this list. So the first one is the Daddy's Home 2 movie collection, which for this, only the second movie is kind of a Christmas movie, just because they go away where they have a together Christmas, as it's called, while their dads turn up, which is played by Mel Gibson, is Mark Wahlberg's dad, and then John Lithgow is Will Ferrell's dad. Their chemistry between all four of them works like perfectly. I would say there's bits and pieces in Daddy's Home, the first one, that makes like references to Christmas, because there's like a fake Christmas thing in like July or sometime. So that's the first one. The next one is probably a stretch, but it's possible. Which the first one is Lethal Weapon, which this is like where two cops have to set aside their differences in order to catch a gang of drug thieves, and I believe it is based around Christmas, actually. Which is good. Or they have to share a meal or something during Christmas. Not trying to go into too much detail. The next one is one that is a debate every single year. It is if Die Hard 1 and 2 is an actual Christmas movie, because Die Hard is about a New York cop, John McClane, who is played by Bruce Willis. He must save a Christmas party from a group of robbers on Christmas Eve. Which, you know, probably if you haven't seen it, I haven't seen Die Hard in a while, so I'm not going to say anything. But then the same could be said about about the one that came out 2 years later, which is Die Hard 2. Because John McClane returns this time to battle terrorists who have seized control of an airport this time on Christmas Eve, which is a year later after the first film. So technically they are Christmas movies, just because they're based around Christmas, as in on Christmas Eve. So I would probably personally say that they count. The next one is probably one that it was on the edge. It was Batman Returns, because with this Batman movie, this is where Batman faces off against the Penguin, who is played by Danny DeVito, and Catwoman, who was played by Michelle Pfeiffer. No, that was a cricket joke. But Michelle Pfeiffer. While they have to face off against Batman during the Christmas period in Gotham City. So I wouldn't call it a straight up Christmas movie, but it is based around Christmas. So the next one is a re-release of Deadpool 2. You probably know which one it is now. Yeah, you probably know which one this is. It is Once Upon a Deadpool. So this was I would say an M-rated version of Deadpool, which for America would be PG-13, I believe. Yeah, so this was basically the same movie with like the blood and the swearing and stuff like toned down a level. But this also added scenes with Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, talking to Fred Savage, who I believe was in... He was in a Christmas movie before. Let me see. Fred Savage... Yeah, no, Fred Savage was in a Christmas movie, like in the 80s, I believe. Yeah. Or The Princess Bride. Yeah. So, that makes sense. This movie is good if you don't tolerate, like, the MA-15 plus version of Deadpool for children. But yeah. The next one is possibly one of the most Christmassy movies that I do own. It is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which this is about Howard Langston, who's played by Arnie. He's determined to get his son, who's played by Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars Episode 1. It is Jake Lloyd. He's trying to get the world's most popular toy, Turbo Man, action figure, but everywhere he goes, it's sold out. Soon, Howard finds himself in a crazed battle against time, crowds, and a maniacal postman who is played by Sinbad, who's as determined as Howard to find a Turbo Man. Yeah, it also stars Bill Hartman, Rita Wilson, and James Belushi. It's a holiday tradition that will have the whole family laughing. This is a UK Blu-ray, which is good. Yeah, because we never released it here, surprisingly. Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie, so I recommend it to anyone else if you've got just family. Yeah, the next one is one that I haven't seen before, but I grabbed it from probably, let me say, what you would call in England, it's like what is it? It's like a charity shops. Like for here, it was Salvos or Good Sammy's. Yeah. So this is The Holiday, which has Jack Black, Kate Winslet. No, not Kate Winslet. Yeah, Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, and Jude Law. Yeah. So this is a movie where they have to like switch, or they choose to switch houses, I think. Which means Kate Winslet is a British lady. She goes to America, and then Amanda is obviously an American lady. So they switch, which means that Amanda goes to the English cottage, and then Iris, played by Kate Winslet, goes to the swanky Hollywood estate. But then they meet online and impulsively switch houses, and then they find the last thing either wants, a new romance, and discover that a change of address can really change your life. On the back, it says, if you liked Love Actually, then grab the popcorn. This one leaves it for dead. I can't comment because I haven't seen this. It's like a romantic comedy, so it's not my exact favourite kind of movie, but I'll watch it soon, or eventually, maybe next Christmas, if not this year. Yes, so the next one is probably maybe the funniest movie that is here, if you understand all of it. It is Seth Rogen's, or it's actually Jonathan Levine's The Night Before, which stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Captain America himself, or new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. So this movie is about like friends that have been friends since childhood, but almost for a decade. Their yearly Christmas Eve reunion has been an annual night of debauchery, and hilarity. Now that they're entering adulthood, the tradition's coming to an end, and they plan to make the last one as memorable as possible, which they set out to find the Nutcracker Ball, which is the holy grail of Christmas parties. Yeah, so I'll say I think I saw this a couple years ago on Netflix. Yeah, but those three work together, and they're all hilarious. I think I just enjoy this movie because I enjoy most of Seth Rogen's comedy movies, just because I enjoy shit comedy, you know? So the next one is Iron Man 3, which once again, this was a hard one to include, but going off of my Wikipedia website I'm using, it is Iron Man 3, because it's that Tony Stark wrestles with the ramifications of the events of the Avengers, which happened before this movie. Yeah, and then during a national terrorism campaign on the United States led by the mysterious Mandarin. Yeah, so it's another on the brink Christmas movie, but I count it. Yes. So we're getting down to the end, which the next one is Jurassic World, which this one is like that two kids get sent who are played by, I believe it's Ty Simpkin and Nick Robinson. Yeah, they are sent to the Jurassic World theme park situated on Caribbean island Isla Nublar for Christmas vacation while their parents are getting a divorce. There, chaos follows when a newly unveiled attraction breaks free and wreaks havoc on the island. That's where Chris Pratt turns up. Yeah, so this is like not a Christmas movie, but there's like ramifications of Christmas, you know? Yeah. So the next one is only the first movie in the quadrilogy. It is Rambo First Blood. Because they say when in the first one, it's when Rambo's at the police station at the beginning of the movie, there's still Christmas decorations hanging around. So it's either still based around Christmas or it's after the Christmas period. So that's why I have included it. Yeah. So the last one is one that has the last set of movies, which means Rocky 4 and 5, which Rocky 5 is where Rocky challenges Ivan Drago to an unsanctioned 15-round fight in the Soviet Union on Christmas Day. There you go, so that's how it's a Christmas movie. But then yeah, so the same situation goes for Rocky 5, which Rocky mentors a young pugilist named Tommy Gunn, which culminates in a street fight between the two on or around Christmas Day. So with that this isn't a Christmas related thing, but you know, Rocky 5 is the only Rocky movie to not actually have a fight happen in the ring. Yeah, so that's an interesting fact. Yeah, so I will see you in a minute. Yeah, so thanks for watching this Videomas Day 23, guys. If you enjoyed this kind of content from me, you can click the little red subscribe button down below. After this video, there should be only 2 Videomas videos left, which hopefully tomorrow, which being the 24th, would be my top 5 Christmas movies that I haven't included in the last years, and then Christmas Days will be possibly my top 5 Christmas movies I got this year. So yeah, I hope to see you for those days. See ya.